The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So today's 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everyone. And I was thinking about the fireworks, and then I saw a video on Michigan's offensive touchdowns last year, all of the touchdowns from last year, and I started thinking about the fireworks that the offense could put on display this year. So I just wanted to touch on that. Now, when talking about the team, and because every year a team is different, and one year the defense might be the anchor of the team. Another year the offense might be the anchor of the team. You know, the thing you can count on to be consistent the most. And this year I would say it should be the offense. It should be. Now, you never know. The defense, with all those young dudes that got to play last year, it could be the defense. But this video is about the offense, because that's what it should be, the offense. Now, this offense has a chance to be something serious. And with me saying that, it to me, it depends on how good this offense can be, depends on who's the quarterback. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It has to be said. Is it Cade? Is it JJ? If to get this offense to be fireworks, it needs to be JJ. And that's no knock on Cade. It's just JJ has the legs, has the stronger arm that opens up everything. Defenses can't keep as many guys in the box because they know JJ can throw it 50, 60 down the field accurately and do that. They know JJ can pull the ball when you run the read. They can't just dive, come around the edge, and get the running back. They have to stay at home, which in turn, now Corum has more lanes. Now Edwards has more lanes. Now Dunlap or Khalil Mullins has more lanes. He just can open up the offense more. So, that being said, just looking at who's back. You got Cornelius. He's been there for, 3-4 years. And he's talking like he wants to be that dude, which I love to hear earlier in the year. A few months ago, I made a video about some comments he said. You got Ronnie Bell, who's been a captain, a dude that no matter if it was a good year, bad year, he going to put that work in. He going to work. So, Ronnie Bell back. A.J. Henning, speedster, who's trying to become a better pass catcher, and route runner, but you can count him in for some yards in the return game, on reverses and sweeps and things like this, and I think they say they might use him in the backfield a little bit, I think they said. Roman Wilson, a burner, can get behind teams. He did it consistently last year. Sainristil will still be on offense a little bit. He's a burner, quick, can make big catches, made some incredible diving catch last year, made some catches in the OSU game, just consistent. Then you got the young guy, Darius Clemens, had a touchdown in the spring game. They say he's that dude also coming in as a freshman, able to make plays. And then there's a couple other receivers that I'm not even gonna name in this video, because that's 6 receivers right there. That's 5 receivers that played last year and have consistency with JJ or Cade. That's without me saying Clemens. With Clemens, that's 6. So those are just the receivers. You got Eric All, who's been on campus and for this is his third or fourth year. Eric All the potential to be an NFL tight end, can make good catches and great catches and be consistent. Schoonmaker, same thing. Big, can block, can catch, NFL style tight ends. You know we're going to keep that. And then you got the backfield, what we really do, the bread and butter. You got Corum. And I was watching. If we play a team that doesn't have the speed, Corum will light them up. Same with Donovan Edwards. So Haskins is gone, and I'm gonna touch on the weaknesses that I would see. But you got Corum and Edwards, both burners. You make a mistake, these dudes will light you up. They will go 60. That's why I say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, it can be 60 yards in a cloud of smoke now. That's where we're at now. And that's the difference between playing higher caliber teams. You got dudes that can take it to the house. Before you wanted to run the ball, you got somebody that breaks in the open field. He gets 30 yards, 40 yards at the max against a good defense, a fast defense. These dudes will go 60, you make a mistake. Then you got Dunlap, who is unproven, Khalil Mullins, unproven. But those are the more power backs that we're going to see what they can do. Now, the weakness on this offense would be the missing piece. What became the staple of Michigan's offense last year? It was Haskins being a bell cow. Now, Corum is a smaller dude, and Edwards he's more of a finesse dude. We don't know if he can be a bell cow. He's kind of big, but Haskins was about 225, 230. So who's going to be that bell cow, that consistent guy that can get hit in the backfield and still get 3 yards, still get 4 yards, can get hit after 3 yards and break a couple tackles and still get 10 off of it? Who can be that guy? Do we have someone that can be that guy? Or will we not have that consistent bell cow, tough yardage guy? That's something that has to be seen. But besides that, the running backs can go to the house at any moment. I'm anxious to see how many long touchdowns these two dudes will get. Now, I know people are going to say the offensive line, we lost a couple guys on the offensive line, but we replaced one of them with Olutimi at center, he's a good offensive lineman. It's just all I can say. And then you had a backup that's going to replace the other offensive lineman. So the offensive line actually should be better than last year. So that's not a worry for me. But me naming all these skill position players, what they can do, and how we can be explosive with Cade at quarterback, it just ain't going to be as explosive as we can be. And this is not saying we can't win the Big Ten again with Cade, but the goal is to maximize everyone's potential. That's the goal. And to do that, you need a quarterback that not only can make the throws, but a quarterback that can make everyone better. And how can JJ make everyone better? Well, he can make the running backs' jobs easier because he can throw downfield further. So the safeties, you can't put all those dudes in the box with JJ. It's just not a smart move. So with that being said, that's more room for the running backs. That's more room on reverses and things like that, jet sweeps. And also, JJ has the legs, which I touched on in the beginning. So you can't we run the read, you can't just dive and hit the running back with all that space out there. Cade will be running the read and they'll just dive and come at the back. And then there'll be tons of room out there. JJ will exploit that. And not only that, in the passing game, when a play breaks down, JJ can exploit that like he did against Georgia. So that's just what it is. And JJ just he just sees the game better than Cade. Cade, I don't know what it's about him, but it's like I don't know if he's nervous or what, but he rarely comes out clicking on all cylinders to me. You even saw it in the spring game. This is a spring game, bro. You're what, a junior? You're really a junior or a senior in actual years that you've been on campus, bro. You should be shredding. You should be shredding the defense in the spring game. This spring game, Cade should have looked like that dude. There was no reason for him to not look like that dude in the spring game. Cade looked horrible. He looked horrible in the spring game. What's the walk on or whatever from USC or wherever he came from? He was from Cali. Warren looked better than him. What's his name? I got it on here somewhere. I thought I had his name, but it ain't on here. Warren looked better than him. That's unacceptable to me. I was very disappointed the way Cade looked in the spring game. Now, this isn't saying he's going to be trash or whatever, but we know what he can do. But, bro, you've been on campus with these same receivers for 3 years. You've been on... I'm trying to think, is it 4 years? Should he... No, you've been on the campus with these same receivers for 3 years, bro. And you got to play with both teams, bro, and you couldn't get clicking with either one of them. Bro, there was no excuse for that. Like, he really made himself look bad in that game because Warren looked better than him. How you letting this man that just been on campus this year look better than you in the spring game? It's unacceptable to me. And that just shows that he has confidence, but I think it's almost it's not that real cockiness, that cocky, I'm that dude, that real belief that I can make anything happen type of confidence. You get what I'm saying? It's just a more laid back, I'm going to be kind of consistent kind of confidence, but it's not that get on my back, dog. It ain't that get on my back, that Cam Newton Superman type of confidence. That's quarterbacks in college that are those dudes. They have that Cam Newton get on my back, that Lamar Jackson get on my back, that Deshaun Watson get on my back, that Vince Young, get on my back. That Tim Tebow, get on my back. We winning a championship. Yeah. All you defense playing trash, get on my back, dog. We finna win a chip. I got you. Don't worry. Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Y'all must have forgot I'm the quarterback. Calm down, bro. What y'all acting? Y'all think we finna lose? I'm the quarterback. That's what Cade doesn't have. And that's what it looks like JJ has. That belief that I'm that dude, bro. I'm that dude. Look, I mean, what you worried about? You got me. What you worried about? And that's the difference. It's just a mentality and a aura about those kind of quarterbacks. You either have it or you don't. And it looks like JJ has it and Cade doesn't. And just in saying that, JJ has the talent. I mean, to be those dudes, you got to have the talent to back it up. And I think Cade knows he's limited. He knows that. So it's hard to have that confidence unless you just a supreme, accurate, and Tom Brady, Peyton Manning type. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those dudes that I named, they're mobile quarterbacks. So I can make the throws and I can run it myself. What you want? How you want me to do you in, dog? Oh, you playing good pass defense? Guess what? I'm gonna scamper every time. Oh, you blitzing? Guess what? I can beat the blitz with my arm. What you want? How you want it, dog? So that's just the difference. To maximize all those dudes I named because I say explosive. I want explosive offense. Now, the running backs, they're explosive. But the pass game needs to be explosive. We got too many weapons to only throw 15 touchdowns. Too many weapons. Johnson should be to me, Johnson could be a beast this year. If he's putting that work in, I look for him because every year I look for guys to get better. I look for him to take another step up. Ronnie Bell, I've looked to him to be maybe where he was I'm not expecting Ronnie Bell to be better because he got hurt coming back from that injury, but I expect him to be close to what he was. Close. Hopefully. AJ Henning, I'm expecting him to be better. Roman Wilson, I'm expecting him to be better. Sainristil still, we'll see how much they use him. And Clemens, he looks like a stud right off the bat. So with that being said, these receivers, you got to have a dude that can get it to them. Because all these dudes can fly. All of them can fly. So with that being said, Michigan, you know how we do with the Harbaugh game style. Early season, we might run for 300 or 400, and Cade will just throw for 100 yards or something. But he still gets attempts to have 250, to have 300. He just will miss them most of the time. So I want this offense to be 200 on the ground, 300 through the air. And this isn't every game, but during these against bad teams, I want to see 300 on the ground, 275, 300 in the air. I'm talking about real explosive offense. And I just don't believe Cade can do that. I'm talking about real explosive. This offense should be dominant. I'm talking about I can pencil in 200 yards, 250, 300 yards in most of these games. But the question mark is, if Cade's the starter, will he be consistent enough against good teams that can slow down the run game? Will he be consistent enough? Because you can put the thing that about JJ, let's say JJ's having an off game. You can still use him in the running game. That's the difference. If JJ's having an off game, passing it, you can still use him in the read and get production out of him. He can still drop back and take off and be used like a JT Barrett if you wanted to. Just like when Urban was there, when JT couldn't throw, okay, QB sneak, drop back, act like you're passing, run it. JJ can be used like that and still give you production. If Cade's having an off game, he's just out there handing the ball off. You ain't going to get no production from him. You don't even want to call pass plays because he can't really do much with his legs. He's just going to be back there throwing. You hoping he don't throw a pick or do something stupid. I'm just keeping it real because we had some games like that last year where we were like, oh, what the heck is wrong with this dude? So that's just my thing. Cade's ceiling is so low. When he's bad, you can't get nothing out of him. If JJ is bad passing, you can still use his legs to get production and also help these other dudes. So I'm just seeing with our receivers that we have and tight ends, you need a dude that can spread that ball around and throw and keep the defense honest so Corum and Edwards can do what they can do. And spread that ball around and get explosive plays. There's no excuse for this offense not to be explosive in every phase. There's no excuse. The run game and the pass game, the screen game, the reverse game, the jet sweep game, there's no excuse. The only part of this offense that I have a question mark is the bell cow, the short yardage back. We got dudes that have the size, but just because you big don't mean you can run through contact. It takes a special dude for that. So that's what I got on this one, y'all. I just wanted to touch on it. To me, you have to start JJ. It's just you have to maximize the potential of the players on the team this year. You have to start JJ. And last point, y'all, I say I'm done and I got one more. Maximizing this offense and playing the 5-star quarterback that you haven't been able to get. You haven't been able to get a 5-star. You got one. You need to play him. Other 5-stars are watching. They're watching you. They say, Why would I come to Michigan when they're going to sit me behind a dude that ain't even that good? When I've got all the potential. So you need JJ in the game for recruiting purposes. You have to think about the future. JJ is the future, and he's a 5-star. That means something. People see you messed yourself up. This is where you messed up. This is where Harbaugh messed himself up if you wanted to start Cade. If you wanted to keep Cade and let Cade start and do his thing, you shouldn't have played JJ in meaningful snaps. So you played JJ meaningful snaps against Ohio State, meaningful snaps against Michigan State, threw a touchdown against Michigan State, threw some dimes against Ohio State, ran some reads against Ohio State. See, you messed up playing him, and you played him in the Big Ten Championship in meaningful snaps early. See, you messed yourself up because when he got in, he lit up the screen. So now we want him. We see what he can do in limited minutes. Oh, you just throwing him in there for 2 plays or 1 play, and he doing his thing. So now we see that. Everybody sees this dude got the talent to be great, but you're sticking him on the bench. You messed up, Harbaugh. You messed up doing that. So now we see what he can do, and we see what Cade can do when he's good, and we see what Cade can do when he's bad. And when he get bad, it gets real bad, like don't even throw the ball bad. So we see that now. So the future is there for recruiting purposes to maximize this offense as a whole, and to maximize this team as a whole. You got to play this dude. It ain't no discussion for me no more. Ain't no discussion. You got that 5-star quarterback we've been waiting on all this time since you've been here. You put that man in the game and you give him the keys to the offense and take us to another level. It's time to stop it. Like, let's just be real. We won the Big Ten, but you got this 5-star quarterback and you're playing guessing games. Put that man in the game and let's move on to the future. Because if you don't, you're going to set us back for years. Because recruits are watching. That's just the name of the game. You can't play favorites with Cade or whatever. We know JJ is the truth. We can see it. You put this man in big moments all last year, and he made plays almost every time. He made a couple mistakes, but he was a freshman. That's expected. But more than not, he made big plays. He looked like, against Georgia, he looked like he almost belonged there. And let's think about it. That was a freshman that hasn't played a whole game, thrown into the game. Yeah, the game was out of reach, but he played quite a bit of that game against maybe one of the best college defenses ever, full of NFL talent. And he was making plays. Let's be 100 about that. So let's not act like JJ looked like if he had been on campus for a year, had a year under his belt, maybe 2, that he could have did something for real against that. I ain't going to say shredded, but he looked like he could have did something and been like, get on my back. He just needs the reps. That could just be me, but he looked like he belonged on that field more than Cade did. Cade looked like he shouldn't have been in the game at all. Let's just be 100. So that's just what I got on it, y'all. JJ needs to start it's just too many reasons that you have to start this dude. It ain't a reason why you should. These are reasons why you pretty much have to start this dude this year. To maximize this offense with all the weapons you got at receiver and tight end, and to also help your running game. You got to start this dude. And with recruits, they watching. They seeing what you doing with the 5-star highly touted JJ, and they saw him playing last year, making plays. Everybody saw. You messed up on that one because now people actually saw what he could do because you played him against starters. He played against starters most of the time. So that's what I got on this one, y'all. I want to see fireworks next year, and I need JJ. JJ's the dude that can make this offense have fireworks. And this is my thing. If it don't work out with JJ, you can always put Cade in. I mean, but I wouldn't do that because Let him take some lumps. You got 4 cupcakes to start the season. We're going to win them games regardless. If JJ's having a bad game, you can do the same thing you did with Cade. Just hand it off every time. We'll win this with the running game. So you give him that same, you do the same thing with him. But the difference is JJ can help you out in the running game with his legs. And he can make those 50 and 60-yard bombs. So that's just what I got on this, y'all. Teams will get where they don't respect Cade's arm. But that's neither here nor there right now. That's what I got. Fireworks. I want to see fireworks next year, and JJ's the dude that can do it. Because this offense is loaded, and ain't no excuse for us to not be explosive. In the pass game, the run game, reverse game, everything. That's all I got for this one, y'all. Enjoy your 4th of July. And as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great.